Hi everyone, it's Robin. I have gotten so excited this week about planners and some of the things that I've gotten in the mail that I kind of couldn't wait to do another video. And I couldn't keep my hands off of my packages either. I was planning on kind of keeping them all in one spot and doing an unboxing with all the things at once because I've placed quite a few. I've embarrassingly placed many orders in the past couple of weeks for kind of decorative things to use for my 2021 setup, and they're starting to arrive, and it's really challenging to not open the packages. So one package came that prompted the other ones that I'd gotten to be open, so I thought I'd give you an update and share with you what's going on. Okay, so I mentioned to you that I'm changing my setup just a little bit. I'm still using a Hobonichi Weeks for 2021. And I'm still going to use my Gillio Slim Appunto for 2021. This guy's here because it's got some things that I want to show you in it, my junk book. But yeah, so first of all, if you're looking for a Hobonichi product and you can't find it because it's sold out everywhere in the United States right now, JetPens doesn't have it, Amazon doesn't have it, it's too expensive to order on eBay, check Amazon Japan. You need to create an account for yourself on Amazon Japan to order from them. But I'm telling you, you guys, I ordered a Hobonichi Weeks, the one that I ended up ditching the other ones that I'd gotten. And I ordered on, where are my notes? I ordered on Friday night, the 4th, and it arrived on Tuesday morning, the 8th. I couldn't believe it. I still can't believe it. It was here that quickly. Didn't come with a pen. I don't care. I have a whole drawer full of Hobonichi pens, so that was not a big deal to me. But it came, and once it came and I opened it to make sure that it was in great condition, the floodgates were open. All package waiting was over, game on. And I've been working on starting to set up my 2021 Hobonichi Weeks. I won't use it until January 1st, but I'm already starting to set it up. So I thought that you guys might appreciate one of the things that I don't see very frequently in YouTube videos is how people go through the process of deciding their layouts, how they decide how they're going to use their books. Everybody kind of shows you the end product, but I don't know that many people really do show how they came up with ideas. There's a far and few between, I should say. So one of the things that I thought that I'd show you real quick is prior to me getting the book that I'm going to be moving into, and I don't date this. I should really start dating when I write in here. This is my junk book that has all the crap in it, all my thoughts. But I was already starting to think about how I was going to change my 2021 lineup well before December. I knew I wanted to use Weeks books. I had an idea what I had ordered and what I didn't have that I wanted, because I always order the wrong Weeks cover. Always. I've never once been spot on. The one that I choose the first time in September when they relaunch everything is never the one that I end up using. I should learn to wait, but of course I can't because whatever. I knew that I wanted to use my Weeks as a wallet planner combo. I was thinking that I still needed some kind of a personal book to track health and finances, maybe meals, dog information, my husband's health. So I was already thinking about like, how could I do this? Or what do I want to change up and do differently for 2021? So I started playing with like, well, how could I do my finance? How could I move things together? How could I combine them? I was playing with making a mood tracker, and that quickly did not work out. Here's where I came up with the idea that 2 separate books might not be necessary. What I wanted to keep, what I wanted to track. I was drawing out some designs, like how I would set it up, things that I wanted. So I was doing all of that thinking in here, some initial, like, what do I want to change? When I got a little bit closer to making a decision, I really started to break down what I'd be using my planners for a little bit more. And what I wanted to do, my goal for 2021, was to add some decorative elements into my personal planner so that it was a book that I really loved. I knew that I'd likely be letting go of my A6 art journal, but I very much like that artistic thing, being able to do something artistic when I want to. And in past years, my weeks books have been pretty bare bones. They've been very functional. Generally, the most exciting thing that happens is I'll change my fountain pen ink color. And I think maybe in total, I have 3 or 4 stickers in the entire book. 0 washi tape, 0 markers and colored things at all. So I wanted to make that shift. That's a big change for me in a Hobonichi Weeks. I'm not even sure if I'm going to like it or be able to keep up with it or want to keep up with it, but that's kind of where I'm going to start the year off, is being a little bit more decorative in my weeks, my personal planner. I was playing with the ideas like, what are the positive and negatives about keeping a desk weeks and combining everything into one. What would I like about that and what would I not like about that? And if I decided to make one, what are some of the problems that I needed to address or challenges that I needed to overcome? Then I made a list of everything that I thought might go in that planner, just to sort out, like I was struggling with this. So I made a list of everything. I didn't even know if it was going to be something that would happen. Like, I don't have currently a list for things that I want or things that I want to order. I don't have that kind of a running list happening anywhere at the moment, but I thought I might want to make one. And where would those things live? Would I want to carry it with me on the go, or would I not want to carry it with me on the go? I don't want to carry my passwords with me. That needs to have a home on my desk someplace safe. I feel strongly about that. So when I started thinking about like how this would break down, the things that I wanted to have with me, I highlighted it in pink. The things that I definitely did not want to carry with me, I highlighted in green. And then the ones that I wasn't sure that they could really go either way, it wouldn't matter. I didn't necessarily have to have them with me on the go, but it wouldn't be a horrible thing if that happened. And so what I ended up finding out is that the only thing that really needed to stay on my desk, aside from maybe why would I need to carry with my fountain pen ink and pen tracker, why would I need that when I'm on the go? I don't order fountain pens when I'm like out grocery shopping. Oh, I need to order fountain pen ink. That's generally a sit at your desk and work through that, what you want and everything. YouTube ideas, nothing more than just jotting down a small note, but that would probably migrate someplace else anyways. Notes on how to do things would likely stay in this book, so maybe I might take a note when I was out on the run, but it wouldn't be a place to put like detailed notes. So I came up with that. After I did that kind of thinking, I really decided that what I would change up would be from the regular sized weeks. I was going to try to go back in a mega weeks. In my last video, I said that my desk one was filled in the back and empty in the front, and vice versa for the one that I carried with me. So why not combine? Why not combine? So I'm combining, and I ordered a mega weeks from Amazon Japan, and it came. So, okay, let's see, where do I want to go from here? This is for later. I got to put this off to the side. So that's kind of how I did my thinking. And then I started working with the 2 weeks that I had. This was my on-the-go weeks, and it lived in my Slim Appunto, and this was my on-my-desk weeks. In the back of here, for many years, I just track my checking. It's just like a check registry, and I've got the numbers covered up for you. But I will keep on here the bills that I know are coming out of a paycheck, and then I will just make sure that everything online on my checking account is what I'm remembering, because I lose track very quickly if I'm not writing things down. I can't just look at a computer screen and say, oh yeah, that's the balance that I want. I want to see things like being subtracted from my balance. So each of my paychecks is on a page. Every new paycheck gets its new page. And so this takes up a considerable, and there are months that I didn't do it. This takes up a considerable amount of space in the back of my weeks book. For the regular weeks, I started making a budget and finance plan here, and the pages that were left over in the back were like that many in the back. The rest of this is paychecks. So if I was going to use my weeks for this plus something else, I needed a mega, okay? So I knew that I wanted to keep that. It doesn't necessarily have to travel with me. I don't balance my checkbook when I'm out and about, but I don't mind having it with me either. So it's not something that had to stay on my desk. Let's see. So then the other thing that I had been doing sporadically this year was tracking some health things. I have had a chronic cough for a number of years now. And I'm really finding myself wondering if it's diet related. I want to find out whether certain foods I'm eating cause me to get a lot of phlegm in my throat and cause me to cough. I've been given asthma medication and that doesn't do anything. So I am just kind of curious. And also my best friend is going to get married in 2022. Yeah. 2022. And so it's time to start thinking about shedding some COVID weight. So I decided, okay, might as well, I have an app on my phone for calorie counting and food tracking in that way, but that doesn't help me with like how I was feeling on a given day. So I started playing with how that would look like in the back of this planner, and I started adding some washi tape because I knew I wanted to start getting decorative. So I have a column here for tracking, and if I don't write down that I took a medication, like if I'm prescribed something, if I don't write it down, I forget like later in the day, did I take that? I don't know. So I have my daily vitamins and my D3 on here, and then I'm just kind of checking them off when I take them. So every week, part of my prep is to write those in, and then I tick them off when I'm done taking them, so that I don't have to wonder if I did or not. And then I'm adding in here Advil or Tylenol when I'm taking it if I have a headache. And then this side is really for kind of odd sleep habits. I broke my ankle really horribly many years ago. If my ankle is giving me trouble, if my cough is really bad, if it's been really wonderful. So I have the wellness kind of things in here. I thought about mood tracking and that quickly went away. And then I'm just doing a really quick, like what I've eaten during the day, not quantities or anything, but just the food types. And then I tried again here. And I put a sticker for Thanksgiving, turkey dinner. This one I hated. I hated this page layout with a passion. So there were things that I learned about playing in the end of because this is the end of the year, we're in November. I didn't mind that it was going to be a red hot mess. And I kind of started putting things in here with the idea that I'm just going to try some decorative things and see how I feel about it. See what I like, see what I don't like, try different layouts. And then this week I kind of hit a really sweet spot with decoration. And I think that I might go in and decorate this more at the end of the week. But just a little bit of washi tape here and there, cut out up from the washi tape. I tried some boxes. So I'm just playing. I'm literally giving myself permission to play and create some things that I really hate. And then I went back to blank pages and I'm like, well, what if I divided my meals into 3 columns? And that was quickly, nope, that's not going to work for me. It might work for somebody else, but this dividing meals into breakfast, lunch, dinner, nope, that's not going to work. Here's me trying a different format with, I think I had my meals in this column, and I was trying, like, can I put my shopping list? Can I put all of this in my little skinny weeks book and not have a double thing going on? And I decided I didn't care for that either. It could work, but it just kind of didn't fit what I want. I was playing with what I wanted to write on the top and how I wanted to write it. So I was really just going back into these. Remember I said like the back of this book is full and the front is empty. I had many empty pages, and I still do, to play and figure out how I wanted to move into 2021 for that part. In this on-the-go carrier, my front pages are mostly filled in with appointments or shopping lists or to-do lists. Every once in a while, like I said, I told you I have an occasional sticker in here, and maybe a total of 5 total in the whole book. And so I started playing with this a little bit too. So this week, I did a coordinating washi tape sticker and a little bit more playful box making and some errands to run. I always do this kind of planning on the left, and I enjoy that. So that will stay. This will stay because I just pull this out when I'm in the store, and I check off my shopping list when I go shopping. I had bought little stickers for the months, and I decided that I didn't care to use those again. You see, like this is me being decorative with my weeks at the beginning of the year, and you see how long it lasted. What's it? Oh, yeah. So I was just literally playing. How I saw some stickers on Etsy that I really liked, that were stickers that would go here with the month written in them, but they were beautiful, but they were in England, and I didn't want to pay the shipping from England for month stickers. So I started playing. I went back into this planner that I didn't have anything written in, and I started playing with how could I do that? How could I replicate that with things that I already have with pens? So here's me with a lighter one and writing hello over it. And I'm sorry, I should probably link the name of the shop that inspired me for these. Here's a really ugly attempt at writing February and March, but I wanted to see, like, how bad would it look? By April, it was not so bad. May didn't look so shabby either, and I kind of hit the right pen color that made a difference. But that was because I played. And I played on the blank pages. I wrote the hello out until I got the swing of that. And then I tried it with the darker pen and a number of different pens to see what pen I'd want to use. And here's me trying, like, if I were to write in the days of the week, how would I want those to look? Trying a few different fonts, trying lettering. Here is my attempt at finally getting my groove on for what would this look like with a lighter pen, with a darker pen. What struggles am I going to have with letters? I hate the letter S. I cannot do S's. So that was problematic. Here's me, like, how do I want to write those titles on the top? Do I want to do it in cursive? Do I want to do it in printing? Do I want to do it in a really tiny pen or a big pen? Or how do my pip markers work? I even went on a scavenger hunt. I use a Posca paint marker in my weeks book to cover up the dates because I need to make it into an academic planner. So I'm insane. I redate my whole Hobonichi, not weeks, cousin, my A5 cousin is my work planner, and I redate it so that it is the academic year. But I know that the white Posca pen does not look really great on the weeks. So I'm trying the ivory, and I bought a beige too, and beige is like, nope, that's definitely not it. But here is the ivory Posca pen as compared to the white Posca pen, and I wanted to see what some of my markers look like over it. Like if I was going to white out things, what would my markers look like on top of it? And I'm just playing. What I want to try to do is, I saw a video where somebody had taken the pen apart, and if I could merge the inks in these two pens together to get it a little bit less yellow, a little bit more white together, or put a little yellow in the white one is probably what I would do, I might have my ideal solution for correcting things and covering up Japanese writing in my Hobonichi Weeks. That's still a work in progress. So that's one hack that I can recommend. Posca pens are beautiful on Tomoe River paper because you can write over them as opposed to the correction tapey things. This is a loser for me because the pens I use are generally 0.5 or smaller, or a fountain pen, and it just digs up the tape. So I can't use the correction tape even though I'd like to. Okay, so let me think. What else did I want to show you in here? So here's my current page. I think I showed you that. Then I started planning, like, if I were to move my pay dates, my check register, how many pages am I going to need in the Mega Weeks? And, like, are there enough pages in the Mega Weeks to put a whole nother weeks book if I were to move this planner and do one of these spreads for each week of the year, plus my regular week spread for each week of the year? So I'm basically putting a 2-for-1 together, but I also want my check register in there. Are there enough pages? So I started doing some counting and planning. And what my insanity is like literally writing down, there are 213 pages in the Hobonichi Mega Weeks, and would everything fit? And then, like, what goes on each page? And then, but I laughed at myself because I couldn't decide if I wanted the extra. It turns out that I would have 24 extra pages that were unused and undesignated for something. Where do those 24 pages go? Do they come first? And then, like, what order do I want my checking first, or do I want my wellness stuff first? And I ended up mapping everything out with the blank pages first, and then I decided that's not really smart. Put them at the end. So then I had to go back and renumber all the pages. Okay, so I was just kind of showing you how insane I can be with these things. I did add one more element that I'm going to include. This is my insanity for November. This is the stuff that I've ordered since mid-November. Some of these things are not hobby related, but almost all of them are, and it's shameful. I went on a break for 2 months and hardly ordered anything, and I'm kind of making up for it now. So I had started playing with this idea of, like, using a different color ink for each of the things that I ordered, but keeping better track of what was in the order so that I could go back every once in a while. I'm like, where did I get this washi tape from? I remember it was with these other things. I don't remember the name of the shop. So I played with how that would look like on the page, and I used these are pens that work lovely on Tomoe River paper. They're the Uniball Signo, and I like the thinner point pens. So these are, I think, a 0.38. These are the colors that I currently have, and I noticed when I was doing my rainbow, because I want to add color and fun, right? I noticed when I was doing my rainbow setup that I'm missing blues. I don't have a dark blue. I don't have any fun purples in here. Really heavy on the warmer red, orange, yellow spectrum. But so I did place an order to Jet Pens to add a few more colors to my collection. I won't have all of them, but I'll have nearly all of them so that I can do this in rainbow, or pick the right colors that I want for a rainbow bright pretty thing. And I decided that I'd make a month, I'd designate a month per page, and hope to God that I didn't ever fill it out. So anyways, so after I did that, I planned, so here's the order tracking, here are the check payday things, and here is the health and wellness. And I started mapping out those things in my Hobonichi Mega Weeks. I'd had a Mega Weeks once before, so I had already kind of gone through and counted pages, and I was going to say, okay, I'll know where each section starts. But what I ended up doing is actually going in with pencil and marking. This is where my title page for my health and wellness will be. And then I've got the date. This is December 28th through January 3rd. And they're literally written in really lightly in pencil. So that's going to take up that much. That's a second Hobonichi Weeks right there. Then my check register, this will be the title page for that. And this is designated for each paycheck, and I've already got the dates written in lightly in pencil on all of those pages. This will be the title page for my order tracking, and I have the months written in on the top of this page. And I thought to myself, this is the whatever section, like these are the undesignated pages, and there's really not a whole lot, probably pen testing or whatever random lists or notes that I want to do. But if I decide for order tracking that I'm going to run these consecutively, like I'll do January orders and then draw a line and continue with February, March, then my extra pages are here at the back of my book. And I will start using my extra pages from the back and work forward, so that I will be, because this will just be random lists and pen tests anyways, so I will be using up paper going this way at the back rather than starting here and going that way, because it seems like I'll probably make a title section for whatever and then fill it from the back to the front. So, yeah, so this is my 2021 Hobonichi Weeks for next year. The other challenge that I mentioned to you was how to address, how to get this in and out of my planner quickly, because I want to be able to pull this out to do all of this writing in it. And the second thing is that the cover on cover that Hobonichi makes does not fit this book. And that was going to kill me because I needed a cover. So I do have a jelly cover on order from Salty Katie, but it's got like the stars and like glittery things on it, and I'm not sure that I'm going to be a fan of it. In fact, I'm quite certain I won't be a fan. I did email her and ask her if she would make or has considered making them in the clear jelly, and she said that she can't find a product that the quality is to her liking to do the clear, but she's been looking. So I told you before that I did the hack and I cut the plastic on the top of this one. And actually I cut it on both sides in the back. So it was literally just a flap. And when you do that, you end up with extra plastic. So the Sneaker Weeks is smaller than the regular Weeks, the book itself. So it's a little bit shorter and it's a little bit narrower. You can see the green on the top and on the side. And then the cover on cover extends beyond this cover. So you end up with this excess on the top and on the sides. And this is going to drive me a little bit nuts because it ended up being all like too biggy. Like, I don't know, pants on the ground, right? So I said, okay, we have to have something in the back here that's going to hold this in place. And that's not a bad idea, because then my tabs that I have ordered to replace bookmarks will have a little bit more space. So I cut a piece of this is that stencil plastic that you can get at Joann Fabrics in the stencil department. And I cut it so that it was the correct distance from the spine of the book to the edge of the cover on cover. And it's see-through, so I can still enjoy the Hobonichi thing, because I don't know about patterns back there. I don't know if I'd like them. And I rounded the corners. So now when I close this up, it will stay taut. This clear cover on cover will stay taut around the Weeks book. It allows me to slide this in and out of my cover. It allows me plenty of room for bookmarks, because when I push this in, this is as far as this is going to go. If it didn't have that little extra on there, I think I might be able to slide it in even further, and then I'd have less room for pen loops. So that's how that's going to fit in there just beautifully. Yep. So that was a lot of information about quick setup things. There's a few more things that I've done in here that I think I'm going to save until another video, because this has already gotten a little bit long. But I hope that some of these tips are things that might help you out when you're trying to decide how to block out a planner, how to use a planner, or what planners you even might need or not need for the coming year. And then also a few hacks with using Sneaker Weeks and making a clear cover on cover for it. So I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll be making another video soon. I'll see you guys later. Bye.